Welcome back to John Madden Sales. In today's episode of the Madden Method, we're going to go over how to properly fit a bridle. Okay, so our first model today is Kickstart, and he is showing off his regular Cavison bridle. This happens to be a Dion bridle, but let me stress that it doesn't really matter what brand of bridle you use. Just that all of the stitching is okay and that it's safe and that it fits your horse properly. So one reason why we clean our tack every day is to inspect it and make sure that everything is in good working order. So major points for the Cavison bridle: make sure that the brow band fits well and that it's not too tight and pinching his ears. That the nose band here is snug. Some horses do better with a little bit of a looser nose band, some a little bit tighter, so that just depends on the horse. And the height of the Cavison nose band here should be just about a finger's width from the cheekbone. Underneath, you just want to make sure you're not pinching them when you do up the buckle. The throat latch, I want to make sure I can take my hand and fit it under his throat here, and I turn it to the side, and that should give it enough room that if he flexes his head and this part gets a little bit thicker, that he's not going to restrict his airway in any way. And the cheek pieces attached to the bit, I want to look at how the bit is sitting in the mouth, and 2 wrinkles is just about perfect. And I always just feel the tension as well, because he might get 2 wrinkles and this is making him smile, and that's just a little bit too tight, or he might have 2 wrinkles and these are really loose and I might need to go up a hole. So that's just kind of dependent on the horse. And I don't know about you, but I think he looks very handsome in this bridle. Our second model here is Coach, and he is showing off his Dion figure 8 bridle. The figure 8 is designed to help encourage the horse to keep their mouth closed. And how it does this is when the horse's jaw opens at the top, the figure 8 bridle slides and tightens at the bottom and helps them to close their jaw. When they close their jaw, it slides and releases the pressure. How I have this bridle adjusted is the nose piece is fairly high, and the cheeks here are just at the edge of the cheekbone and a little far up from the corner of his cheekbone. And this strap that keeps the mouth closed comes down and is in front of the bit. If you're not familiar, this is a bit guard. It's just a piece of rubber that goes in between the horse's face and the ring of this loose ring bit, and it helps prevent pinching. And then when you're adjusting a bridle like this, you want to make sure that as you do up your buckles, that you don't accidentally get some hair or whiskers or even skin when you're tightening these. And you can see on the throat latch that I have enough room here as well. I just want to clarify that every horse and rider's preferences are different, and that will determine how tight or how loose your nose band needs to be. So the 2 bridles that I've shown you today are just 2 of a variety of different bridles and nose bands that are out there. They also tend to be the more common ones we use here at John Madden Sales. They're simple, and we like to keep things as uncomplicated as possible. I also want to stress that we're showing you our methods, and what works for us may not necessarily work for every horse, every rider, and every situation. Thanks for joining us here at John Madden Sales for another episode of the Madden Method. If you like what you see and you want to see more, follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel.